Hey Cancer, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nina, and today we are doing predictions for you for the month of December. This may apply to Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take what resonates with you and leave the rest that doesn't. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at Sinfulpluto.com. And if you want to find me on social media, you can do so on Twitter and Instagram at Sinfulpluto. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay. Let's see what's going on for you in December. Going on for Cancer. Okay, Page of Wands reverse came out. Okay. All right, we have the Seven of Wands reversed and Page of Wands reversed. Okay, so possibly feeling a little bit defeated or directionless in some sort of way. Maybe feeling like the world is kind of against you somehow, or feeling like there's just a bunch of obstacles that you are facing that you feel that you don't know how to overcome. Okay, we have the Page of Swords, which is probably a sense of lack of experience, but a willingness to learn. We have the King of Wands. Okay. We have the Nine of Pentacles, so you possibly building an empire from the bottom up, or building your way up towards something, maybe up like the corporate ladder, if you will. Yeah, or just building yourself up in something. Maybe it's like a project or like a business endeavor, like I said, something along those lines. And then we have the Star, which can relate to divine timing, but also needing to trust in the universe. Putting a little bit more trust in, the hands of the universe. Okay, and then bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups reversed, and then under that is the Two of Cups reversed. Interesting. So I wonder if for some of you in December, these two cards relate to being mindful of overfilling someone else's cup, or offering more than you're able to, or just giving so much to someone else and they're not giving you the same in return, especially with this Two of Cups reverse, which is like either not seeing eye to eye or disharmony, or it can just be like a one-sided sort of attraction. So if this is some sort of relationship in your life, whether it's romantic or platonic or whatever the case may be careful of overextending yourself for someone, especially if there is this sort of, especially if it's one-sided, if it's mostly you just pouring yourself out for this person, trying to provide for this person, being there for this person, and this person isn't really doing the same for you, then it may be worth considering taking a step back and pulling the reins on how much you are offering them, so that you don't end up draining yourself. Okay, self-preservation may be really important for you this month, so that you don't end up just getting to a point where you're just really tired and exhausted and you don't have enough energy for yourself. Okay, be mindful of losing yourself in certain relationships or in certain people. Make sure that you are making time for yourself. Okay, awesome. So that's one thing. Okay, so Seven of Wands, right? Possibly feeling like the world is just working against you. Maybe there is an issue with a lack of planning or with poor planning. Page of Wands reverse is like you have the motivation for something, or you have passion, but Page of Wands reverse is almost like you don't really know where to put it. Maybe you have an idea, but you don't really know how to act on it, or you don't really know how it might benefit you in the long term, or how it might fit in your life in the long term, or how you might be able to benefit from it long term. It seems that a little bit more planning is required. It might be really important for you to really sit down and not only think whether this is something that you want to do for the long run, but is this something that you are willing to commit to? Is this something that that you see yourself doing for a while, right? So Page of Swords, we have two pages here. So it's a lot of very young energy, very young, energetic, very much a student type of phase in your life. Maybe some of you are in the learning stages of something. Maybe you're just now entering school, or like just not entering college, should I say, or something along those lines, or starting a new course, or just learning about something new. Maybe you're building a business from the bottom up, maybe you're an entrepreneur, whatever the case may be, right? It seems that a little bit more learning may be required, maybe a little bit more research in order for you to get a better idea as to what you are pursuing. And getting a better idea as to whether this is something that you truly want to do, whether this is something that is of interest to you. And with that 7 of Wands reversed, right, possibly feeling, again, that sense of maybe feeling like the world is against you. Maybe that can be alleviated with a little bit more planning and consideration of possible obstacles in the future. Because with that Page of Wands, it kind of seems like there might not have been that much consideration. It kind of seems like there was this sort of naive belief that everything is just going to be fine, that everything is going to fall into place, and that's just not really the case, yo. The way I be spitting bars. Okay, I'm just kidding. But that's kind of what it looks like here. And so a little bit more planning might really be necessary for you. We have the King of Wands, right? So building more of a leader and taking initiative in your own projects, really tuning into your energy, tuning into your passion, your creativity, and your motivation, and your willingness to get things done. It kind of feels like a sort of fixation might need to take place. And when I say fixation, I don't mean as in really strong obsession where you just fixate on that thing and like that's all that you see and it's very tunnel vision. But I'm saying that if there's something that you want to do, you have to be really determined in order to get it. And also really think ahead, think 10 steps ahead, if you will. And also be mindful of burning yourself out too quickly. Be careful of trying to bite off more than you can chew or something along those lines, okay? So 9 of Wands, this is really suggesting to have patience with yourself when it comes to building this thing, whether it's a project, an endeavor, whatever the case may be. Also with the 9 of Pentacles, this is saying that, this really reminds me of not trying to rush yourself, it basically relates to patience, but be mindful of trying to rush yourself or trying to get something done quickly, just for the sake of getting it done, okay? Enjoy the journey, continue at the pace that you're going. If it's like a steady pace, continue that steady pace and you will reach your ultimate goal. Star card, definitely have a little bit more faith in the universe. It feels like for some of you, maybe you're trying to force a certain outcome. And if that's the case, the star is basically saying to take a step back and let things happen the way that they need to happen, rather than trying to force an outcome or try to get things to be in a very, 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 very particular way. Not everything can be in your absolute control. So take control of what you can, but be a little bit more open to receiving guidance or help from the universe, if you will, or just letting the universe do whatever it needs to do in order to push you in the right direction, if that kind of makes sense. Okay, and then we have the Ace of Cups, right? So being careful of draining yourself. Be mindful, and if this is like a business thing or like a project, this could also be saying to be mindful of just overextending yourself or pouring way too much of your energy into this thing, especially if it's still in its very early stages. Be mindful of putting all of your eggs in one basket. Again, maybe research is really required on your end or something along those lines. 2 of Cups reversed may really be suggesting to focus a little bit more on yourself rather than trying to focus so much on the project or on this person, whatever the case may be. And then Chariot card, again, it's focus. It's like a laser sharp focus and keeping your eyes on the prize and continuing to push forward no matter what obstacles come your way. Again, with that 7 of Wands, maybe you are feeling defeated and feeling like, damn, no matter what I do, no matter where I go, something just keeps on popping up and I don't know how to overcome this. Be mindful of succumbing to a really pessimistic attitude because of this and just being oh, I give up, this isn't working out for me, so I'm just not going to do it. So with the 7 of Wands, this is don't give up on the first try, okay? Don't give up on the first few tries. It might take you a few different trials and errors to really get the ball rolling and to really figure out a method that works for you when it comes to either this relationship or this project or whatever the case may be. All right, Page of Wands reverse, like it can't just be this easy, funny, what is that word? Happy-go-lucky sort of thing, you know, like there might need to be a little bit more structure, or just a little bit more grounding, if you will, and an openness to learn and to try new and different approaches. If the approach that you tried one time didn't work, then try something different. Be mindful of getting stuck in a cycle where you're repeating the same thing over and over again, hoping for different results. That's probably why you keep on facing all of these obstacles as well, is because if some of you are doing the same thing over and over again, then you're going to get the same result over and over again. So be open to different approaches. Don't fixate on just one. Be open to trying out different things, trying out different methods, and even listening to other people, getting the advice from other people or something along those lines, so that you don't ultimately end up drowning yourself and just making things worse for yourself, if you will. Okay, it doesn't have to be like this terrible process, but it can be if you end up taking the route where it's like a lot more difficult, like you're inconveniencing yourself. So does that make sense? So yeah. That's basically what I have for you, Cancer. I hope that resonates. I hope you were able to get something out of this. And with that being said, I will talk to you later. Bye.